What's up guys, Danny Lightning back. I'm going to give you some tips today on how to kill and fight against Titans, alright? Titans are big, they're mean, they're nasty, they have crazy firepower, and they destroy everything. Tip number one is your team needs to work together. If a Titan comes out on the battlefield, the best thing you can do is surround it. Like let's just say the Titan's like right here. You want to have two guys here, two here, and two here, and as soon as that Titan steps out from cover, you have people shooting at it from multiple directions, and that Titan can't do anything but except for maybe focus on one player or turn and shoot the other player, where the rest of you just take it down and smash it. In that situation, if the team works together properly, they'll kill a Titan in a few seconds. I mean, that Titan will be destroyed in no time if you guys can pull that off. I don't care if you're a team of randoms. If you see Titans come out, spread out, start spreading out across the map and shooting it from all different directions. That is the absolute best thing you can do to defend or destroy a Titan. Defend against or destroy a Titan. All right, one thing that's really cool is we have certain robots like the new Fafnir and the Hawk, which are, they've got some sort of built-in weapon that does extra damage to the Titan. So if your goal is to kill some Titans, save those robots with the built-in weapons that do extra damage to the Titans till last. Wait for the Titans to come out before you bring those out. And generally, I would wait for a couple Titans to be on the battlefield, not just one. If you build those robots upright, you can get up in the air, you can zap them with that laser beam, and you know, sometimes take them out within 1 or 2 flights, especially with the Hawk. The Hawk's really good at eating Titans, so get a Hawk in your hangar, save it till your last robot, or save it till the Titans come out before you deploy them, and that'll really help your team smash up some Titans. I really like to wait till the enemy has 2 or 3 Titans out on the battlefield and then bring my Titan out, because Titans are great for fighting against other Titans. And in some situations, don't forget, it might be okay to kill off your regular robot to bring out another Titan. Now, make sure you're not killing it off and wasting a complete robot, but in some situations where you know there's just like there's absolutely no way this robot's going to do any good in this situation, and it's way more important to bring out this other one, in that situation, it's okay to kill off a robot to bring something else in. But like I said, just make sure you're doing it at the right time. Don't waste your robot, because it does give the enemy a kill. It does make you have one less robot when you kill it off. But like if I'm down to 1 weapon on my robot, it's low on health, I'm just like, this robot's no good. There's a bunch of Titans over here. Okay, let's get rid of it and bring out my Titan. In that situation, it's totally worth it, but just make sure you're not wasting that robot when you kill it off, okay? Next are going to be your robots with stealth, right? Most people don't run the anti-stealth modules on the Titan, okay? There is a module you can put on your Titan, which when a robot goes into stealth, they can see it, but they have to be within like 350 meters, okay? They got to be within 350 meters. So if you can stay back a little further than that, even if they do have the anti-stealth module, they'll never be able to hit you. So if you have a robot with stealth, like an Orochi or a Loki or something like that, you're going to have a really good chance at being able to fight that Titan, okay? Go into stealth, get your damage in, get back to cover before your stealth ends. That's a huge help for smashing Titans. Next, we're going to talk about robots with shields. So like your Ares, your Hades, anything that's got some kind of shield to protect it, you can step out, blast that Titan several times, get back to cover before your shield ends, and do a lot of nice damage, okay? So that's a great tip for fighting Titans. Even something like your Typhon with the long-range weapons, he can just kind of come out, start shooting that Titan, and when his shield starts to get depleted, go back into cover. Long-range Typhon is great, long-range Ares, long-range weapons on your Hades, something like that are all amazing for helping to fight Titans. Another thing, you never want to get too close to something like an Arthur or a Kid, because they got that blast wave or that ring of fire, which will get you. So if you are going to get really close up to something like an Arthur, all right, one cool tip is you can get right up against the Arthur shield. His weapons will point down inside of the shield and he can't hit you. But the problem is he's going to hit that blast wave. So something like a Fenrir All right, something like a Fenrir can really help your team take out an Arthur, because it can take several hits from those blast waves before it dies or even gets much damage. So he can butt right up against that Arthur shield, kind of distract Arthur, and try and make that Arthur turn to where its back is facing your enemies, and all your enemies can start blasting that Arthur in the back and killing it. Okay, Arthur's main thing is his shield. If his shield breaks, or you can shoot him in the back or the sides where he doesn't have a shield, you can take an Arthur down really fast. So one teammate somehow turning or pushing the Arthur out to where the other teammates can shoot it in the back is a huge help for fighting against Arthurs. Also, flamethrowers, guys. Flamethrowers will go right through the Arthur shield and burn him up. Arthur is probably one of the hardest Titans to fight against. So, like I said about people spreading out to here, to here, to here, they can shoot the Arthur in all different directions and usually get behind it, bust its shield up really quick, and destroy it. So those are all good tips for fighting the Arthur. If you need to fight Titans with shotgun, guys, the shotguns are brutal. Try and stay back. Don't get close to a Titan with shotguns. It'll kill you in 1, 2, 3 shots. All right. It's not easy to fight a Titan with shotguns. That's one of those times where your team really needs to work together. You need to stay back with medium to long range weapons and all fight that all at once. Like the Sharangas come out with 3 shotguns. It's so hard to take that down if you guys are close to it. It'll kill everybody. It'll walk through everybody that's close to it before you do too much damage to it. Now, if your team can stay back and several people can shoot it at one time, you'll take that Sharanga down pretty fast because it's kind of a squishy robot. Just don't let it get close to you, guys. Don't let it get close to you with those shotguns, or it'll rip your whole team apart in seconds. All right, if you guys see a nodens out on the battlefield and it's healing the other Titans on the enemy team, those other Titans are going to be almost impossible to kill because nodens are over there keeping them alive for a long time. So if you see that happening, your team might want to go ahead and stop focusing on the Titan that's being healed and somehow get back to the nodens and take him out first. Now, when you see a Ming up in the air, guys, when you see a Ming up in the air, don't let it get close to you. A lot of the times those Mings have a 600-meter weapon, and it'll stay just out of range of 600 meters, and when its weapons are reloaded, it'll come in and it'll start shooting stuff. And do not let yourself get within 600 meters of a Ming that's up in the air, guys, unless your goal is to start attacking it. All right, if you're just out there and that Ming's up in the air, pay very close attention to it. Do not let it get within range of you because it can shoot down over buildings. That Ming will tear you up really quick. So you want to try and wait for that thing to use all its ammo up and then get in there and smash it up once it can't shoot you up. You know, only get within that range when you're trying to kill the Ming. And it's good to have a couple guys. The whole team needs to work together. 2, 3 guys can go in and take out a Ming pretty quickly, but one guy by himself, maybe even 2 guys, it's going to be a little harder to smash the Mings up. All right, so if you see a Minos coming out and rushing all over the battlefield, if you have lockdown weapons, wait for it to start running and shoot it. That way it'll stop in its tracks and its ability will not be able to beat up your teammates. All right. Also, when it has its little shield going, don't shoot at it unless you need to lock it down. It's still okay to shoot at him with the lockdown weapons to stop him in his tracks if he's got his shield going and he's charging, but as soon as he's locked down, stop shooting him, okay? When that shield ends, if your teammate can rush in and I'll smash him up, that Minos will die really fast. Minos is a very squishy and easy to kill robot. His charge is very deadly. Most of the time they're running shotguns, so if it charges in and hits you with that charge and it's got the shield going at the same time with the shotguns, it'll tear you up. So the thing is, you want to lock it down as quickly as possible, and as soon as its shield ends, everybody needs to jump on it and smash it, and you'll be able to take that thing out like it's nothing when it doesn't have that shield. If you can get 2 or 3 or 4 people all shooting it at once, you'll probably be able to kill it before it's able to use its next ability charge, okay? So lock it down, wait for the shield to end, and then smash it quick. Now, if you happen to run into a kid, make sure you don't get within his ring of fire. That is a hard-hitting, brutal ability, so make sure you stay back. Don't get too close to the kid. The kid has loads of hit points, okay? The kid is a very strong Titan maxed out. Lots of hit points, very deadly ability, but if you can stay out of that ring of fire, he's really not that hard to kill, especially when he's not using his ability, because he's only got 2 weapons available when he's not in his ability, and he doesn't have as many defense points when he's not in his ability. So if he uses that ability where he brings all 3 weapons out, kind of try to stay behind cover and avoid it. And like I said, don't get too close. That ring of fire will blow you up. As soon as his weapon on top goes back on his back again, that's when it's time to strike and smash him, because that's when he's the most vulnerable. Death mark can be a really good thing, especially if you're a hawk or something. Hit that death mark, shoot that Titan with your laser beam. That's going to do a lot of extra damage to him, which is great, okay? Death mark is a huge help for taking down Titans. I know it costs some power cells to use it, but hey, if you got something that's set up just for taking out Titans, that can be really good. Scorpion's another robot. You can just jump behind the Titan, especially if you got sonic weapons or some shotguns or something. You can jump behind the Titan, bust it up real quick before it has a chance to turn around and get out of there. The only problem with that is if it's like an Arthur or a kid, it might activate its ability where it blasts you or it burns you up with the fire. So that's always a chance you're going to take when you're being that close to a Titan. But I'm telling you right now, that little Scorpion can be a great tool to help fight against some of those Titans if you use it correctly. But there is the risk of it getting destroyed by their shockwave blast or something along those lines. If that Titan has shotguns and you're a Scorpion, if it starts to turn around, teleport out of there now. Do not let it hit you with those shotguns, or you're going to be destroyed in 1 or 2 shots. Any robot with suppression is amazing. If you can suppress a Titan while your team is trying to kill it, that's going to be such a big help, it's not even funny, okay? It won't be able to do very much damage to your teammate if you can suppress it. So anything with suppression is great. You know, if you got a little blitz, or if you've got a nightingale, or anything like that. Even if your weapons have suppression, do your best to suppress that Titan. That's really going to help your team out when they're working together on taking out a Titan. Another thing, if you're fighting an Arthur, remember, physical shields are hard to take down with energy weapons. Kinetic weapons like machine guns or a lot of the rockets, they do a lot of extra damage to a physical shield. So rocket weapons, machine guns that shoot normal bullets, anything with a kinetic projectile, or flamethrowers are going to be great for fighting Arthurs with the physical shields. Alright guys, I don't want to make this video too terribly long. It probably got a little longer than I wanted to, but there's a lot of good tips for trying to fight these Titans. Hopefully this video has been very helpful. If you guys like this content, please like and subscribe. Hit that little bell, set those notifications to all, and you know what? You won't miss any of my good videos that I upload or any of that stuff. So we will catch you next time, alright? Danny Lightning out, and you all have a great day. See ya.